Hello, supply chainers, and welcome to our first live event of SC2x, Supply Chain Design. So here's today with me, Eva Ponce. Welcome to this live event, Eva Ponce.
Thank you, Sergio. My pleasure. Welcome.
So Eva Ponce is the Executive Director of the MIT MicroMaster in Supply Chain Management, and also a research scientist at the MIT Center for Transportation and Logistics. Her current research focuses on designing omnichannel distribution strategies and helping retailers to understand how e-commerce growth is affecting supply chains. She also leads research initiatives on reverse logistics and closed-loop supply chains. Welcome again, Eva.
Thank you, Sergio.
Okay, so this is the plan for this live event. So in the next hour, we're going to be first, Eva will introduce a bit about the MicroMaster in supply chain. So it's going to be just an overview of the program. We're going to be talking about some of the benefits for you to become this new round of talking about the numbers of the course. Then we'll talk about the meat of this live event. We're going to be a discussion about Omnichannel. Particularly, Eva will going to be start describing some of the hybrid formats for distribution models. Then she will refer to the main challenge, and at the end of her presentation, she will try to connect this topic with the course content. Okay, and we'll open to any questions that you might have at the end of the presentations. Without further ado, so Eva, the floor is yours.
Excellent. Thank you so much, and welcome again to the first live event in SC2x, Supply Chain Design. So let's start knowing a bit about our program. I will be very brief. The first thing is who we are. We are researchers at the MIT, the Center for Transportation and Logistics. This center has for me an approach in every single thing we are doing here at the center. So in terms of research, we have more than 15 full-time researchers, and all of us has here, as I mentioned, a very applied approach. We are trying to solve real problems, industry problems. We are trying to help companies to solve the big challenges that they are facing nowadays. We also collaborate with organizations, with companies. In the center, we have more than 50 partners from different areas of the supply chain. We have third-party logistics, we have retailers, we have manufacturers, and different actors are represented. And finally, we are also educators, and we are running different education programs. We are running our supply chain management master degree. This is a master degree that started more than 20 years ago here at the center in Cambridge. We have also a PhD in logistics, executive education, and also the MicroMasters in supply chain management. MicroMaster started in 2015. This course, SC2x, is part of this MicroMasters program that I'm going to talk a bit more about that. We are also part of a global scale network. Our center, there's the Center for Transportation and Logistics, is here in the United States in Cambridge, Massachusetts. However, we have centers all across the world. We have one center in Spain, in Zaragoza, one center in Malaysia, one center in Ningbo, China, another one in Luxembourg, in Europe, and one more in Colombia, Latin America. So as I mentioned, this is a global community of researchers and faculties working across the world in this area. As a SCX learner, and more specifically as a learner in SC2x supply chain design, you are part of a huge community of SCX learners. So welcome to this community. You are part of more than 300,000 SCX learners. These are learners that have been enrolled in at least one of our SCX courses. 22,000 of these learners has been verified. And I will explain in a bit what verified learners mean. We have issued or granted more than 30,000 certificates. Our learners are from more than 190 countries. So far, we have issued 1,800, more than 1,800 credential holders. These are the students that have completed the whole program. And what does the program include? The MicroMaster program includes 5 SCX courses. The course you are enrolled now is SC2x, Supply Chain Design. If you are part of the program and you are taking the courses in sequence, you might be now halfway of the program. You might have completed so far SC2x, Supply Chain Analytics, SC1x, Supply Chain Fundamentals, and now most of you might be taking SC2x. Some of you, maybe you just started with SC2x. That's okay too. This is also a standalone course. So you can take supply chain design if you are just interested in network design models and finance in supply chain and certain topics in supply chain. After that, you are very welcome to continue with supply chain dynamics, supply chain technology. We are also offering now supply chain analytics, our SC2x course, the one that you have on the bottom of the slide, as a reference course. And this has been designed now for anyone that want to refresh their analytics skills, and take the course can be taken at the same time that you are following any of our instructor-paced courses. The program, as I mentioned, includes these 5 SCX courses, and at the end of that, everyone needs to complete and pass a comprehensive and final and proctor exam. This is what we call the CFX. After completing that, our learners earn the MicroMaster credential, and a standalone certificate that you can use to apply for a job in supply chain management, or you can use to apply to a master degree program. Here at MIT, we are offering a master degree program for MicroMasters holders. And also, there are more than 20 universities across the world that are offering pathways for credit to a master degree using the MicroMaster credential. So if you are interested in any of these options, I really encourage you to pursue for all of the courses in that program. As I mentioned, there are 2 types of learners, verified and audit. Our principle in our program is to deliver this education to anyone from anywhere for free. So anyone can enroll in our courses. These are our audit learners, and they can take the course for free. They can have access to the videos and the practice problems. If you are interested, however, in pursuing for a certificate, then you need to become a verified learner. This means that you need to pay a fee. The current fee for this course is $200. However, in January 2020, this might change. You also need to be ID verified learner. So 2 steps in order to become verified learners. What are the benefits? As I mentioned, if you are interested in earning a certificate in this course, you must be a verified learner. Also, if you are pursuing for the MicroMaster program, you must need take and pass every single course as a verified learner. Also, we provide some extra material. We provide you access to live events. Here are a couple of pictures from previous live events. This is one of these live events formats. This live event in particular is open to any learner enrolled in that course. However, the next live events will be also offered to verified learners. We are also providing some extra material. We call that supplemental material, only for verified learners. And you are also, you will be able to engage with a global community of SCX learners. And here are some pictures of that. And believe me that there are 2 very good things in this program. One is my team. I have a great team, and the MicroMaster team is a very committed and passionate team. And another thing is the learners. And we have a huge community of passionate learners in supply chain management. Our community managers, Sam Varney and Arthur Grau, they are articulating this community of learners, and they are helping our learners to meet up in different cities, as you can see here. So as part of that course, you will have access to this amazing community of learners. So to become verified very quick, you just need to pay the fee. As I mentioned, $200 for this specific course now. You need to be an ID verified learner. And I really encourage you to do the two things immediately, because you need to be an ID verified. We need to know who are you in order to give you a certificate. And the sooner you do that, the better, because only those who are ID verified can earn a certificate. So this second step is also a very important step that I encourage you to take as soon as possible. Here are some instructions, and any issue with this process, you should contact directly to info@edX.org. So I think, Sergio, this is all about the overview about the program. I don't know if there is any questions, or you prefer to move into SC2X.
Yes, let's move forward, and as we receive questions, I will ask you, Eva. So thank you, Eva, for this overview of the program. So let me now talk a bit about SC2X, about this current run of SC2X. So this run, so we have so far almost 8,000 learners enrolled in this course. Out of these 8,000, we have almost 700 verified learners. So those are the learners who express their intention to pursue for the certificate. So these our learners are coming from almost 160 different countries. And there are two important dates for this course. The first one is the enrollment deadline, and that's going to be next week, November 13th. So if you have any friends or any colleague or any family or any relative that is intending to enroll in our course, please tell us that he or she has only 1 week to become enrolled in the course. The second important date is the verification deadline, and that's going to be in November 20. And that's the date when you have to become verified learner. So if you want to pursue and you want to get the certificate at the end of the course, please verify it before the deadline. The last thing that I want to mention here is that we have a team of community TAs. So we have 13 outstanding professionals, supply chain professionals, that are helping us in order to help you to assess all the questions that you might have. Okay, then what are the ways that you can interact with us, with the course team? There are a couple of channels. First one is you can, for any question that is related to learning, so any question that you have about the content, please use the discussion forum. So the place to go is the discussion forum. And here the CTAs are doing a great job. They're going to be helping us in order to answer all the questions that you may have about the content, the specific content. So basically we have one discussion forum that is set for each individual video, for each individual quick question, and for each individual practice problem. If you have any question that is not related to the content itself, but is related to the assessment, for example, you have questions about graded assignments and exams, so the place to go is the email. So we have set an email account that is sc2xhelp@mit.edu. And the intention here is not to provide any hints about the solution of the problem. So basically, the main intention is to clarify any doubts that you may have about what the problem is asking. Okay, so that's a big difference. But also, we are open to any feedback or any idea that you might have in order to improve the course. If that's the case, please send us an email. You can send us an email to the SC2X help, or you can also send me a direct message to me, or maybe through the discussion forum. So we are more than welcome to receive any feedback that you might have.
Excellent. I think a couple of learners raised their hands. So let's see which questions they have before moving to the omni-channel distribution strategy discussion.
Sure.
So let's see.
So let me see. So the first question is Lala Imanova. I think it's asking, to what extent are supply chain analytics and supply chain design courses related? Can I take supply chain design course without having taken SCX analytics exam?
Yeah, great question, Leila. This depends a lot on the math background that you have. So supply chain analytics review the main analytic techniques. We go through probability, statistic, linear programming models. So you will study in SC2x the basic tools and techniques that we are mainly used in SC1x and SC2x. So if you have a strong math background, I would say you can go directly to SC2x or SC1x. However, if your math background is not as strong, then we really encourage you to take SC2x before or at least at the same time that you are taking SC1x or SC2x. So we also have connections in the course that connect the specific module in SC2x that will help you to better understand that technique or module in SC2x. Is that correct, Sergio?
Correct. So basically, so there is I would say there's a requirement here, and the requirement is, so the first part of SC2X, we had a lot of network design, and network design requires an understanding and some familiarity with optimization, particularly with MILPS models. And we have a place, we have actually in SC2X, we have a module that is called optimization. So if you are quite not sure about what a MILP problem is, so I will encourage you to go enroll in SC2X, maybe not taking the exam if you have knowledge about the topics, but at least review the module that is about optimization.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, another learner is asking about the master degree offered by MIT via this pathway. Is equivalent or similar to the one offered to the full-time regular students? The answer is yes. It's exactly the same degree. It's a Master Engineering in Supply Chain Management, Master Science. The difference is that the traditional Supply Chain Management residential degree is a 10-month degree. So students need to spend on campus 2 full semesters. If you take and complete the MicroMaster program and you apply to the blended master degree, you only need to spend on campus 1 full semester. And with that 1 full semester plus the MicroMaster program, you will earn exactly the same Master Science degree in Supply Chain Management. Yeah.
Great. So we have another question that is coming from Abhinav. And he's asking about, saying that I'm interested in pursuing all the courses, and also to intend to take the final exam to earn the certificate. So under this scenario, doing all courses step by step is very important. What do you suggest? Okay, so
yes, this also depends on the workload that you have. Most of our students are full-time workers. They have a full-time job. That means that they do not have too much time, extra time for that. So if you are a busy person, if you are at the same time taking another full-time program or a full-time job, we encourage people to take 1 course and then another course in sequence. We analyze the data. We analyze the data we have, and in general, those people who take the courses in sequence perform better and have good results with us. We know that some of our learners are taking 2 courses at the same time. Again, this also depends on your math background and the number of hours you can dedicate it per week to our courses. Our courses are demanding. These are MIT courses in terms of quality of content, in terms of a rigorous assessment. On average, our learners, they tell us that they are spending between 8 to 10, 12 weeks per
hours.
8 to 10 hours per week in our courses. So this depends on the effort you can dedicate to that, the math background that you have, and also the other commitments that you have. So if you are a very busy person, my recommendation is to take in sequence and 1 after the other. If you can manage for a certain period of time to take 2 at the same time, we have learners that they are doing that and they are completing that too. So yeah, open.
Okay, so let's take 2 additional questions.
Yes.
And we can move on.
Totally.
So Sharania asking about the final admitter exam will be in a particular center, or it's an online exam that I can take from anywhere?
Yes, excellent question. Our MicroMaster is a 100% online program. This means that all of our midterm, final exams, and comprehensive final exam are happening online. So we have technology to proctor the exams, we have technology behind, so every single thing is happening online.
So yeah, you can take the exam wherever you are.
Yes, you need computer and internet connectivity. Yeah, that's all.
Okay, so we have another question. It's asking about if the master program at MIT, so that Cambridge campus is the same as Zaragoza.
This Zaragoza, no, it's not exactly the same. Both are part of our global network scale. We have a MIT blended master degree here at MIT, and this is an MIT degree. At Zaragoza, you can also opt to a blended master degree that the degree comes from the Zaragoza University. Also, you will receive a certificate from MIT, but the degree comes from the university that is offering this master degree. So to earn the MIT master degree, you need to come to Cambridge. Yeah.
Okay, but also our students from the different centers. So, for example, students from Zaragoza come to MIT during January. Yes. So basically, we'll receive students from all different centers, and we gather around 180 students, and they spend 1 month with us.
That's correct. All of our global network scale programs and blended programs and residential programs come here on campus for 3 to 4 weeks to be mixed with all of the students at MIT. Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so let's now deep dive in the discussion.
Awesome.
So let's talk about Omnichannel.
Yes, so then let's say, sure. Yeah, so let's move to the Omnichannel discussion. Why we are bringing this topic today. So I want to bring this topic today, and one of my goals is to show you new formats, some of the new formats that retailers are testing now and are trying to implement in their business. These are new formats that are going to have an impact on their network design models. That's why I think it's a relevant topic. It's relevant because we are seeing traditional retailers experimenting with new formats. We also are now seeing pure players experimenting with new formats. This is something that definitely has an impact on the supply chain. And this is what we want to bring here, the hot topic about omnichannel distribution strategies and how these connect with some of the relevant topics we will review in SC2x supply chain design. So let me start with some news. Amazon is a well-known marketplace. Amazon started in 1995. As a pure player. What does this mean? This means that Amazon, when they started in 1995, they were exclusively selling books through the online, through their marketplace. However, in the last years, we are seeing how Amazon is also moving into the brick and mortar space. For instance, in 2017, Amazon bought the Whole Foods. Whole Foods is a chain of grocery stores. They bought around 500 grocery stores here in the United States. Whole Foods is present in the United States, Canada, and UK. So they bought these brick and mortar stores, and they include this as part of their business model. Also, and more recently, Amazon opened a brick and mortar store in New York, in the Soho area in New York. This is part of a long-term strategy that Amazon is following now in order to move into the brick and mortar space. In this new format that is called Amazon 4-star store, what Amazon is selling here is their top seller products in their website. So those products that are the top products through their website, they put in that store. and they want to offer their customer the physical experience to go there and touch their products and see the reviews and be familiar with this physical experience also. So this is something that we are seeing now. I found this very interesting. That's why I'm bringing this to you now. I have one question for you. I want to start the poll now. My question is, why do you think that pure players like Amazon are moving into the brick and mortar space? Why they are opening these physical stores? Do you think that this is because they are trying to improve their customer experience? Do you think that this is because they want to grow and expand their business? Do you think that this is because they want to test new technologies and business models? Is because they want to gain omnichannel share, or because they just want to get closer to the customer and gain first-hand information? The poll is open, so please go to the poll and answer the poll. In the meantime, excellent. I saw that you are now answering that poll, which is great. In the meantime, I'm going to move forward and then we will show the results. Perfect. So,
continue with the presentation.
Yes, I'm going to continue. So, coming back to Amazon, this is just to summarize the business model and the strategy they have been following. 1995, they started as a pure player. 2017, they bought the almost 500 store from Whole Foods. In 2018, they opened a new grocery model, Amazon Go. They started with this model in, this is the picture that represents that Amazon Go store. They started with this model in Seattle. It's a cashless brick and mortar convenience stores. What they want here is just to provide a different customer experience. They want you to go to a convenience store that you don't need to be in a lane in order to pay. No cashiers. Every single thing rely in new technology, in sensors, computer science, in order to, you just go through with your app and your cell phone and your app, you go through the scanners, and that's all you need to do in order to buy products in that store. So they are playing with new formats and also, I would say, with new customer experience. And as I mentioned before, more recently, they opened the 4-star store in New York City. And they are trying to expand this strategy. In terms of Amazon Go, they most recently, they opened also a store in Washington, D.C., and they are planning to roll out the model and open more than 3,000 Amazon Go stores in different states and cities in the United States. Another pure player is Wayfair. Wayfair is a very well-known company here in the United States. This is a company that is selling furniture and is a pure player. It's a company that initially, when they started, they only were selling their products through the online channel. So it's one of the largest online only home goods retailers in the United States with 50 million of active customers. They are delivering 28 million orders. And what I want to bring here is this is one of the retailers that they just move also into the brick and mortar space. Very recently, they announced that they are going to open their first physical store in a mall here in Massachusetts, in Natick, and they are opening that also to be present in this brick and mortar space, physical space. So it's another example of a pure player moving into the brick and mortar. So let's have a look to your answers. Let's see what you said. Okay, so we have that 66% or 68% think that Amazon or pure players in general are moving to the brick and mortar space to gain omnichannel share. yeah, I agree with that. It's a strategy and it's a way to play with different formats, hybrid formats. That is one of the things we are going to cover today. 54% said that is to get closer to the customer and gain first-hand information. This is a great point. And I also agree with that. To have first-hand information from customers is a very valuable information. And now, with the online channels, companies have access to a lot of the clicks that the customers are doing through their website. But also, when you have a customer in person, you are also receiving additional inputs, qualitative inputs that sometimes are also very helpful to define their marketing strategies. So this is something that also they are doing because of that. Some of you said to test new technologies. This is definitely the case of Amazon Go. They are testing sensors and how do you say, the cashiers, and just use the technology in order to make the process much more efficient. So yeah, that's great. Thank you for completing the poll. I'm showing the results right now.
Let's share with the group.
Yes, share with the group. So great, and great number of people answering the questions. Yeah.
Yes, we have more than 7 participants that
70?
70, more than 70.
Excellent,
so that's great.
Excellent. Okay, so let's move forward with the presentation. Awesome. So then now, yes, we are continuing. Now, what I want to bring now is what brick and mortars are doing. Let's have a look to Walmart, for instance. And what are they doing? So Walmart is a traditional retailer, initially was a pure physical traditional retailer, a retailer that has their stores in the different states of the United States. More recently, they are trying to acquire different companies, technology companies, marketplaces, like Jet.com, like Bonobos, like Rakuten. This is a Japanese marketplace. They are doing that as a strategy in order to move into the online channel. So they are doing a big push into the online grocery business and trying to offer to their customers the option to buy online and pick up in the store. Why are they doing that? One of the reasons is because they want to take advantage of their network of physical stores that they already have. That's why they are offering these stores to their customer in order to pick up their online orders. But also, since the e-commerce is growing, people are more and more into e-commerce now, they want to move into this online channel and try to offer the option to their customers to buy online. So this is one of the companies. Another example is Target. It's another retailer here in the United States. Target recently rolled out the store pickup for online orders, and they acquired Shipt, a third-party logistic company. And they do that in order to offer same-day delivery. Same-day delivery is some of the traditional brick and mortars are struggling to offer this same-day delivery. It's not easy. It's not easy to receive the order today and deliver the order today. Some of these companies are able now to deliver the order in 2 to 5 business days. Maybe they are able to do in the next we will talk a bit more about that. But now what I want is you to think about, okay, so let's see now, why these traditional retailers, why these traditional brick and mortars, do you think are they investing in online sales? The first answer is to survive. The second one is to compete with pure players like Amazon, or to grow and expand their business, offering new sales channels. The poll is open for you to answer, so go for it.
Okay, so basically one of the alternatives is if they are looking this as an opportunity to grow the business or maybe as a risk.
Yes, definitely. This is the what I want them to position on that is, are they doing just to survive? Is because they are seeing the risk and they are saying, hey, I need to be there, or are they doing because, hey, there is a new opportunity, let's try and let's see and let's test different formats. Okay. So yeah, let's see what our learners think about that. Wow, our learners are super fast.
Yeah, already
answering
66.
And we have
68.
almost 100 people attending. Yes, go, SC2x learners. Awesome. Perfect. So
we have more than almost 70 respondents.
Ah, excellent. And we have that. That's great.
Okay,
yeah.
So we'll end the poll and we can start talking about the results.
End poll, perfect, awesome, share results. So 44% things that these brick and mortars are doing to survive, yeah, probably, and 30% to compete with pure players, just to compete with pure players. Yeah.
Which one was the most voted? Was 80%?
80% to grow and expand their business, offering new sales channels. Okay, yeah, so definitely.
So that will be like the opportunity point of view.
Definitely, the opportunity point of view, and most of them think that they are doing in order to expand their business, grow in that.
Okay, awesome.
Good, that's great, perfect. Awesome, so let's continue. Okay, so what I want to bring here is, there are two facts here. One is the growth of e-commerce. Definitely. But the other fact here is the growth of mobile devices. And I think there is one point here that I want to highlight. And it's in 2007, when the smartphones were introduced by Apple, but other companies providing these smartphones, this definitely, from my point of view, is one of the triggers of this growth of e-commerce, mobile commerce. Why? Because these smart devices, these kind of smart devices, these are helping us to buy from anywhere, which is great from the customer perspective. We can buy from anywhere. Now, we also have many different options in order to decide where we want to pick up our product. Do we want to receive at home delivery, the traditional way of e-commerce? Do we want to receive or do we want to go and pick up in a store, in a convenience store, in a metro station? There are many different options now. This has opened recently to the customers. And I want to bring that because, again, I want to connect with the supply chain. Now, almost every single stage in the business, in the buying process model, can happen almost from anywhere. And this is how these new opportunities for the customer translate into the company. This is a big mess for most of the retailers. Why? Because, okay, they are offering different channels, different formats, different options, different delivery options. But at the very end, when we are delivering a physical product, the company needs to prepare the order. And the company needs to be able to send the order to your house or to your office or to the park or to the metro station, wherever you decide to get that. And they need to combine the different options, and they need to face some challenges that are impacting a lot the supply chain. And we are going to talk more about these challenges. But before telling you those challenges, I want you to think about those challenges. So what are the key challenges that you think that retailers face in an omnichannel environment? One of those challenges is to decide where they are going to prepare the orders. The second one is how to manage the returns. The third one is which channels should a retailer offer? How many formats should I offer as a retailer? And how to deliver to my online customer. There are many different options now. So let me know, which do you think are the key challenges that retailers are facing today when they consider to move into an omni-channel environment?
Okay, but could we clarify the first option? So where to prepare the order?
Yes, definitely. So as let's say that I'm a traditional retailer, but I'm offering also online, and I receive an online order into my system. Okay, so I have my traditional stores, I have my distribution centers, I also have now a e-fulfillment center to prepare online order. So I need to decide where I'm going to prepare that order. Should I use my traditional retailer, my traditional physical store to prepare the order there? If I do that, I'm going to use the inventory I have in the store in order to prepare the order. However, if I decide to prepare the order from the distribution center, what I'm going to do is use the inventory I have in the distribution center to prepare that order. So depending on where I decide to prepare the online order, I need to manage my inventory, and I need to be sure that I have enough inventory to manage that.
Okay.
So yeah.
And it seems to be that it's not a decision just made for a particular order. You have to make a decision based on historical information that you receive. So it's basically a strategic plan that you have to set up.
Yes, and we can also differentiate about how to make the planification and how to plan about those orders. We can have a centralized model for planning the orders, and then we can have a decentralized model in order to decide where we are going to prepare. This also connects with another relevant decision in supply chain, that is the delivery lead time. When should I deliver that order? Should I deliver the same day, the next day, 2 to 5 business days? Because depending on how fast I need to deliver the order, I need to prepare the order closer or not as close to the customer. So what I want is to bring also, I want the student think about the challenges, but also always think about the trade-off about cost and service.
Okay.
That is one of the main trade-offs in supply chain.
Great. So we received more than 60
awesome
responses. I'm gonna end that poll. I'm gonna be sharing now the results.
Perfect. So most of you said, okay, one of the most important challenge is which channels should we offer? And this is totally connected with the format. Which are the format, the hybrid format that I should offer? Because what happened to retailers now, and we know that when companies came to the center and we asked them, what are your main challenges that you are facing today? They are struggling with different things. One thing is, how many formats should I offer to my customer, and how should I integrate my online channel with my offline traditional challenge? And this is not easy to solve. Second thing is how to manage the returns. Yes, returns, and more specifically, commercial returns are increasing a lot because of e-commerce. So companies need to be able to know how to manage these commercial returns, how to proceed the returns, and how to take care of that. Where to prepare the orders is another challenge, and how to deliver. How to deliver means which mode of transportation. And this also connects with the network design model. How should I design my network? How many tiers of distribution centers, intermediate tiers should I have in order to deliver this online order? Should I prepare this in the store? Should I have an intermediate depot and deliver from there? Should I deliver directly from the e-fulfillment center? And depending on the volume, I can also play with the different mode of transportation. If I'm very close to the customer, I can deliver using a bike or a walking method, or I just use a van or a motorcycle. But if I'm far away, then I need to go more to a truck or a small van. Yeah, so perfect. Okay, so let's move forward. Yes, let's stop sharing the poll. What I want to bring here, and this is a very interesting article from Bell Galino. This article, what I like is that is simple. Has straightforward categories, and I think illustrate well what is happening now in a simplified way, for sure. But so we have the traditional retailers. I already mentioned about that. We have the pure players. I already start my session talking about that. But what I want to focus now is in the hybrid models. What does a hybrid model mean? These are when, for instance, a company offers the opportunity to a customer to buy online and pick up in a physical store. This is an example, buy online, pick up in store. There are also new models and new business models and formats, like the showrooms. Showrooms, what happens is you go to the showroom, however, you cannot buy any item in the showroom. In the showroom, the only thing you can do is test and try the products. And if you like the product, you need to buy online, and typically they send the product to your house, home delivery. Okay, so this is a model that some companies, especially pure players, are testing in order to provide a physical customer experience to their customers. However, they do not have inventory in the showroom to sell any product, only to try or test the product. Another example of these hybrid models is, again, a pure player like Amazon. Recently, in June 2019, they signed an agreement with Rite Aid. Rite Aid is a pharmaceutical chain here. There are pharmacies in the United States and also in UK. So what they do is they sign an agreement with Rite Aid in order to allow their customers to buy online through their website and pick up the online order in one of these counters, in one of these physical stores. Since Amazon, they don't have this physical network of stores, what they are doing is agreement with other companies in order to offer that. Among the benefits is to offer flexibility to the customer, convenience to the customer, but also for the partners that sign this agreement, they are increasing the flow of customers in their physical stores, which always is the opportunity to bring a new customer. And same wise, traditional brick and mortars are also using this pickup in the store, taking advantage of their own physical network of stores that they have. Summarizing the key challenges, returns. You also mentioned that a higher number of returns because of e-commerce. Information, how to show that information. This is also very important, which information we need to show and how to show the information, because if we go to a pure online experience and the customer need to make the decision through the website, the more accurate information we are providing, the better in order for them to make that decision. Fulfillment is another key challenge. How fulfill transactions, where to prepare this transaction, how to connect the inventory visibility, and end-to-end supply chain visibility is another key challenge that retailers are facing in this environment. And finally, we are seeing pure players and traditional brick and mortars playing with these hybrid formats: buy online, pick up in the store, research online, purchase offline, reverse showrooming, or pop-up stores, mobile showrooms, many different formats. Technology is always helping. Some of these companies that are moving into online, they are also trying to use augmented reality technology in order to provide a better customer experience through their website online. And some examples are IKEA or Nike or Adidas. What they are doing is just playing with this real information, so you can scan your room and you can play with the real products they are selling through the website and see how that product fits into your dining room or living room or wherever you want to buy the product for. Another example of virtual reality is and I encourage you to watch this short YouTube video. This shows how Tesco implements in Korea a new e-commerce model where you are waiting for the metro in the metro station. You can see kind of the different products in the supermarket. You can use your app and you can buy directly to your products. Then once you arrive home, you can receive your order. This is a same-day delivery model that they are testing in South Korea. So very interesting model, and a very fun and short video to watch if you are interested. My final question for you guys is to connect with SC2x, because at the very end, what we want you to do today is to motivate to study and learn SC2x, supply chain design. So I want you to ask which areas of the design of supply chain you think that will be impacted by the growth of e-commerce. Network design, procurement, distribution strategies, supply chain finance, or production planning. All of these are topics that you will learn and study in supply chain design in this online course. So try to complete the poll. Yeah, and here are the main topics that you are going to review with Sergio and the team in this SC2X course.
Yeah, so mainly we will have like 5 main topics. So the first 2 weeks is going to be all about supply chain network design. So starting with some simple models and moving forward to a more complex models. Then in week 3, we're going to be discussing about production, how to formulate a production plan, and also how to formulate or run an SNOP meeting. Then in weeks 4, we're going to be talking about sales and operation planning, but also introduce the new concept of distribution strategies. And here where all this omnichannel concept will be introduced. Then we'll have the break. So I will receive some questions about the break, if this was a mistake or intended. So we'll have, for the first time we'll have a break. So after we close the midterm exam, we'll have a couple of weeks for the holidays, and we'll resume the course in January 1st. So this is not a mistake, that was intended. And the main idea was to give you some free time to spend in your holidays with your family. Then after this break, we'll continue the course in reviewing in week 7 about supplier management. So basically about procurement. And the rest of the weeks, we're going to be dedicating our time to review about supply chain finance. So those are the main topics of SC2X.
Excellent. So let's see the results of the poll. Let's share the results. What we have is that 87% think that this distribution strategies is one of the areas that is going to be more impacted. I fully agree with that. And network design models. Yes, I think these are the 2 topics. However, it's going to affect any other the other areas too. But let's say that distribution strategies and network design will be the 2 that are going to be very directly affected by this omni-channel environment that companies are facing nowadays. Let's try to answer some of the questions of our learners. So let us stop the presentation. Share results. I don't know if I shared it.
No, I think we shared.
We share? Awesome. Yeah. And then let's try to answer some of your questions.
Okay, so we have one question, for example, that is saying, do you think that e-commerce will completely replace the traditional brick and mortar stores?
This is a great question. No, I don't think it's going to replace. What I think is that the traditional brick and mortar stores need to redesign and to rethink for which purpose they want to use their physical store. And as we mentioned, there are many different formats, but I think still traditional brick and mortars can take a lot of advantage of the physical network that they already have. And we saw a very recent example here. We are seeing Amazon doing agreements with traditional brick and mortars. They are doing agreement in order to offer this pickup option, convenient, flexible option to their customers. Those traditional brick and mortars that they already have the physical network, they can take advantage of that. What happened is that I think they need to rethink which physical customer experience they want to offer in their stores. And also they need to move into online in order to try to move into hybrid formats that take, let's say, the advantage of the both worlds at the end. So I don't think they are going to disappear. I just think that they need to think and redesign for which purpose they want to use their space, the valuable space that they have as a brick and mortar. Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
Same questions or by the same students. Do you have an estimated percentage for e-commerce growth?
Yes, I have a chart, a beautiful chart that they didn't bring here today, but definitely I have that chart and I can share after the presentation. And you can see that e-commerce has been growing kind of 2-3%, and after 2007, the growth of e-commerce increased to 5 to 6%. And then depend on the industry and the field. So in the grocery store, we are seeing that the online represents between 2 to 3% here in the United States. And the plan is growing. Companies and retailers are trying to prepare for doubling or tripling this percentage of online share in the next years. Yeah.
Okay, and we have received a lot of questions about the blended program.
Awesome.
The master program. So so for example, asking if there are admissions counselors that are specific for the blended master. How does it work?
So if you are interested in the blended, the best thing we can do is to share with you the email account of our colleagues from the blended. And maybe Akash, if he's connected, or Bedrie, you can share the scmb@mit.edu email account. So our colleagues from the blended program are always happy to answer any questions you have about the admission process or the deadline for the applications, of any question related to that. So please, if you want to learn more about the blended, contact directly to the scmb@mit.edu email account, and they will be super happy to answer any question you have.
And they have also, they conduct also these regular webinars where they provide additional information about the applications.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have also questions about the CFX. So if we already have the dates for the next CFX?
Yes, March, from March 12th to March 14th. So those who want to take this CFX, you know that CFX is only for those who have completed and passed the 5 SCX courses. Once you complete and pass the 5 SCX courses, you will be eligible to take the final exam. The next one is in March, and after that we will have one in October. Yeah, all of those dates are published in our website.
Okay, so we'll have 2 CFXs per year.
Yeah.
So I have one question that I think is more related for me. Is the final exam cover the last 4 weeks after a meter exam, or I lost the question, or all the course? Okay, so the meter exam, of course, will cover only the first 4 weeks of content, so from week 1 to week 4, and the final exam is going to be a comprehensive. Basically, it's going to be covering all the 8 weeks of content. So every content that was made available for you is going to be assessed in the final exam. I think that will be all. Eva, any final remark for the learners, students?
Go for SC2x, enjoy supply chain design. This is one of our favorite courses here. You have a great course lead with you, and also a great teaching assistant and community teaching assistant. So enjoy, have fun, and learn as much as you can. Bye. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Eva, for being today. And for you guys, thank you for joining this live event. So I will make sure that this live event the video is available after we close this event. And best of luck in the course. See you next time.
Bye.